Hey, what's going on? Dr. Gonzo Boogie here again, back for another update video, and this time around, like always, I have some really cool stuff to show you guys. But before I get around to doing that, real quickly, I just wanted to mention that I actually just made it past 500 subscribers, which to some people probably isn't a big deal, but to me, it was a big deal because when I first started this channel and first started making these videos, I was happy to get any views or any subscribers, and the fact that I have 500 now and I have people who like to watch my videos and follow them, I think is a really awesome thing. So I just wanted to thank all you guys for the support that you've been giving me, the comments and the thumbs ups and everything. It's all been awesome, and it makes me want to keep doing the videos and everything. And so I also wanted to mention too, I want to do something cool for my 500 subscribers to celebrate for getting 500 subscribers, getting past 500 subscribers. So I was wondering if there's a certain video you guys want to see. Let me know in the comments of this video, like if you want me to do like a Q&A video, or if you want me to show my like my top 10 favorite movies, or my top 10 favorite 80s horror movies, or my top 10 favorite Anchor Bay DVD releases. Let me know, because the next video I want to put up will kind of be a something to celebrate the 500 subscribers. So this is just going to be a normal mid-month update. I plan to probably put another update up later on this month too, towards the end of this month or maybe the beginning of next month, because I'm waiting for a couple things in the mail, and I was hoping to get them for this video, but I didn't get them in the mail yet. But I figured I would film the video anyways, because I have some cool stuff to show anyways. So again, thanks all you guys for subscribing and watching. It's just, I appreciate every little bit of it. I know a good chunk of my subscribers don't follow every single one of my videos, but anything is awesome. Even if you just watch the video and you don't thumbs it up or leave a comment, anything is awesome. I appreciate all of it, and so again, I just wanted to thank you guys for the support and all that. So I guess I'm gonna get going on the video though, and I'll show you guys some of the stuff I picked up. And this is actually the first video where I'm ever gonna show off some Blu-rays. I actually finally picked up some Blu-rays, but I have to admit I actually don't have a Blu-ray player yet, so I can only pick up, I'm limited to just picking up the Blu-rays that come with the DVD. So the Blu-ray DVD combo packs are the only ones I can pick up now, because I don't have a Blu-ray player yet. But I figured I needed to start picking up some of the Scream Factory releases, and a good like 60-70% of them are Blu-ray DVD combo packs. So I figured why not start collecting, and I plan on getting a Blu-ray player in the next couple months. I'm trying to save now, and if I can't work anything out, I might have to wait till around the holiday season, around Christmas time, to finally get a Blu-ray player. But they are pretty cheap nowadays. You can get them at Walmart for like 50 bucks. So one of these weeks I might just try to buy one. But for now, I am just collecting Blu-rays that come with the DVD, since that's the only way I can watch it right now. But there's so many good packs out there that I actually was a little bit mad at myself that I hadn't started doing this sooner, because I've passed, going to FYEs and different stores, I've passed on multiple awesome Scream Factory releases, and I feel like I should have been picking up the DVD Blu-ray combo packs for a while now, and I just started now, but I'm glad to finally dive into that ocean of the Scream Factories, because they're awesome. I actually have 2 Scream Factory DVDs on their way in the mail, Blu-ray DVD combo packs, and I was going to wait till I got those in the mail to do this video, but I'll just save those for my next video, or maybe I'll do a quick unboxing video or something like that when I get them in the mail. But I'm going to stop wasting you guys' time, and I'll get around to what I have. So first I'm going to show you guys the Blu-ray DVD combo packs that I picked up. First up here is a Hammer release, and this is kind of what got me into collecting these 2 packs. This is Vampire Circus, or the DVD Blu-ray combo packs. This is Hammer's Vampire Circus, which this was a really awesome movie. Real quickly, I'll just go over the plot for you guys. It's kind of, just to give you the plot in a nutshell, there's this like circus that comes in this town, but there's a backstory before that, where there's this vampire dude, and he gets murdered by the villagers in the town because he's done despicable things for the past years, and he swears revenge on them. He says he's going to murder all of their children. So I would say probably like 15 years later, a strange circus rolls into the same town, and the circus has vampires in it, unknown to the people at first. And as the story progresses, the vampires in the circus start to murder the people, the children in the town. It's just a very cool movie and a very interesting Hammer release, because this was actually one of the first Hammer movies made by a new team at a new Hammer studio. I'm pretty sure I was watching the special features on this, and they said something like that. Like, the people who made this hadn't made a Hammer movie before this. So this was the first time that this team had made a Hammer movie, and in my opinion, it fits in really well to the rest of the Hammer vampire movies. So they definitely did their homework on this when they made it. And this is just an awesome release and a really interesting, awesome Hammer movie. I would have to say probably one of my favorite Hammer movies. I was going to say these early 70s Hammer movies are actually some of my favorites, and I haven't gotten around to a lot of these till recently. But just a really cool movie and a really cool release. But like I said earlier, this was the one that kind of got me into start to collect the Blu-ray DVD combo packs for now until I get the Blu-ray player, and then I'll be able to buy any Blu-ray release, won't matter. So I'm looking forward to that day. But I saw this one used at FYE, and I was going to pass on it, and then I was like, I mean, it comes with the DVD, and I want to see this movie, so I picked it up, and I got home, and I was so happy with this, so happy with the quality on the DVD, and just so happy about how this Blu-ray looked, because this is the first Blu-ray I bought. I've never owned a Blu-ray before, and I was just so happy with it that I was just like, I'm going to start buying these now. So this is the first one right here, Vampire Circus. Really happy about that one. Alright, then next up, this is the first Scream Factory Blu-ray that I've ever picked up, so I was really excited about this. I went to FYE, and I was looking around at all the ones they had, and I came across Night of the Comet. This actually doesn't have the slip case on the outside on it, which I'm a little disappointed, but I really didn't care, because this has been a movie that I've been wanting to rewatch for a while now. I remember in high school, I saw this on like TNT's Monster Vision or whatever it was called back when I was a lot younger, and I remember really liking it back then. And that's before I really got into like cheesy 80s horror movies, but I still liked it back then. And I remember I did rewatch this probably like 5-6 years ago, I think, with a couple of my friends, but I wasn't really paying good attention to it. So I was really happy to get this one, because this was a movie that I've been wanting to see for a while now, and the DVD is kind of pricey, and I've never had any good luck trying to find a decently cheap copy of it, so I've always passed on it. So I was really happy to find this, and this actually was the cheapest Scream Factory they had at FYE that I saw. There was probably more, because they have a good amount of them mixed in there. This one was only $24.99, so I was really happy with the price on this one too. But I actually watched this movie twice. I watched it the night I bought it, and I watched it the next night because I just loved it so much. I just couldn't help myself from wanting to watch it again. And this is just a really fun movie. If you've never seen this, really quickly, the plot is there's a comet, and it's flying past the Earth, so everybody's kind of celebrating in a way. Everybody's having like parties outside to watch the comet go by. But as the comet goes by, it actually ends the world, like kills anybody who is not protected by a layer of steel, I think it is in the movie. So there's a few survivors in this movie, and our two main characters are these two girls, and it's just as fun as an 80s zombie movie can get, in my opinion. This is one of the best. I would put this right up there with Return of the Living Dead and Night of the Demons as some of the funnest 80s horror movies that I think that are around. Night of the Comet right there, awesome release. Alright, so next up I have a really small stack of DVDs here. I didn't pick up too much. The stuff I got here is pretty cool. First off here is Dario Argento's The Bird with the Crystal Plumage. This is the old VCI release of this, and I think this is the first DVD release of this movie. I could be wrong on that, but from what I've looked up, this is the earliest DVD release I've found of this movie, at least in America. But this is a really cool DVD here. I have not watched this yet. I actually plan on watching this tonight or tomorrow, so really looking forward to seeing what this one's about. This is actually the earliest Argento movie I own now. Really cool. Never seen this. Always wanted to pick it up. And then for some reason, I've always liked this edition because it reminds me kind of an older Anchor Bay release. Just the color tone on it and kind of the, I would say, almost tackiness of the cover kind of gives it like an early Anchor Bay vibe to me. It kind of reminds me of like their Alice, Sweet Alice release a little bit, but I really like this cool stuff here. Can't wait to see it. Dario Argento is the best. One of my favorite horror directors. Alright, next up, I actually picked up most of the Child's Play series. I picked up the first Child's Play separate because I went to a thrift store and I found the Child's Play box set for, I think it was $6. And this is in really good condition. All the discs were nice. There's a few fingerprints on them, but no scuffs or anything like that. And the packaging, the outside box was in really good condition. And all the cases were in decent condition too, so I was really happy about this. I've had the Child's Play movies on DVD before, but before I bought this, I actually didn't have these right now on DVD. So I was really pumped to buy this because I had been waiting to get the box set because I always come across separate copies of Bride of Chucky and Child's Play 3 and the second Child's Play movie at FYE and thrift stores, but I always pass on them because I've been wanting to get this box set, so I was really happy to find this for a cheap price. And this only comes with 2, 3, and Bride, so I went out a couple days after that, like 2, 3 days after I bought that. I went to FYE and I picked up the first Child's Play movie. So now I have the, all the way up to Bride of Chucky. So I'm looking forward to sitting down and having a marathon of all these movies real soon because I've always really liked the Child's Play movies when I was a lot younger. Me and my brother used to rent some of these sometimes, especially Bride of Chucky. When that first came out, I remember renting that with my brother and watching the whole tape, even the special features at the end about the making of it, which I thought was really cool. It might have been a DVD, but I think it was a tape because I don't remember having a DVD player back when Bride of Chucky came out. So it just must have been a tape with some special features at the end, but really glad to pick these up because I've always really liked the Child's Play series. And I'm glad to finally get the box set and, the first one again. So really cool here. Alright, and last for the DVDs, and the only non-horror thing I have to show in this whole video is Pulp Fiction, which is probably my favorite Quentin Tarantino movie. This is his second film, and, I'm pretty sure everybody should know about this movie. If you've never seen Pulp Fiction before, definitely check it out. One of the best movies to come out of the 90s and really defined what movies would be like in the 90s. Like, this set the stage for what other directors and other creators would try to emulate throughout the 90s, and Tarantino really made an awesome movie here. And like I said before, this is my favorite Quentin Tarantino movie, and this is just a great, fun, epic movie. Just such a great movie here. Pulp Fiction. This is actually the older edition of this, the older widescreen DVD. Like, there's obviously other newer releases of this. There's that big box set, not box set, but big 2-disc special edition release, which I've owned that dozens of times. Throughout high school, I probably bought that like 2, 3 times. So I actually wanted to pick this one up because I like the simplicity about it. It's just the movie poster, picture on the back and the movie. So I actually, when I went to go and rebuy this, I actually wanted to get this copy, but I actually got lucky and found this at a thrift store for like $2. So I'm always going to thrift stores and checking out stuff. Every week I look at thrift stores. You never know what you'll find, So, boom, right here. Alright, next up is a bunch of VHS tapes that I got here. And again, these I got all of these at thrift stores, is what I'm trying to say. And some of these are really cool, so I'm happy that I found these. And usually at thrift stores you can get tapes for like $1, so I didn't pay more than $1 for any of these. And some of them I got on sale, half off, so I only paid 50 cents for some of these. But first off here we got Hellraiser 2, Hellbound. It's an awesome looking tape. Love the cover for that. There's actually, I think, an early Anchor Bay DVD release of Hellraiser 2 that uses the same cover, so that I really want. My friend Mike actually has that DVD, and it's awesome. I think it's Anchor Bay, but it's just an awesome looking DVD, and this is an awesome looking tape. Really cool. Love this movie too. I actually like this one about the same as the first Hellraiser. I think the first two are definitely the best in the series. It's really cool there. Alright, next up here is King Kong Lives. And this is actually the sequel to the 1976 King Kong that stars Jeff Bridges, which I just picked up a couple weeks ago. I might have actually mentioned that one in my last update. I can't remember. But I mentioned that I liked it, but I thought it was a little bit boring because I don't think it was not better than the first King Kong movie, and none of the remakes I think have even come close to making a movie as interesting and creative as the first King Kong movie. But the 70s remake was fun for what it was, and this actually came out in the 80s, so this is actually the only 80s King Kong movie that I'm aware of. So this is cool because I love 80s stuff, love 80s movies and music, so I was actually excited to check this out, an 80s King Kong movie. And it was a decent sequel to the 1976 one. It picked up right where that one left off and continued it. It didn't have any of the same actors or actresses in it, but that was actually alright with me because the actress who played the main character in the 1976 remake, I thought did a I did not like her performance, I guess is the best way I can say that. So this actually has Linda Hamilton from Terminator fame in this, and this is an 80s movie, so this came out a little bit after Terminator. 87 this came out, so really cool here. Glad to pick this one up. Watched it, and it was pretty good. If you like King Kong movies and like the 1976 version, definitely recommend checking this one out. An awesome box art on this. Just love it. Alright, next up here is actually the coolest tape I picked up so far this month. And this is actually one of my favorite VHS tapes I own right now. Actually, I've had this displayed on the top of my shelf because I just love it so much I can't stop looking at this tape. And I'm pretty sure that I bought this for 50 cents. But this is Scanners on tape, and this is the coolest copy of Scanners on VHS I've ever seen. It has the original movie poster on the cover. This was actually released by Embassy Home Entertainment, which they've also put out a couple awesome copies of Blade Runner. So they're just an awesome, company that releases great movies, in my opinion. And like, this is a solid tape. It's not like a cheap tape where this is like a nice heavy tape. Like, you know that this is still going to play good. It might still have some staticky in it, but you know that it's going to play from start to finish just by like feeling it. And this is just an awesome tape. There's the side, top to that one right there, and the back. But again, just Scanners is a great movie. I've talked about it in a ton of my videos, and I actually plan to do a video soon where I talk about my entire Scanners collection because I have a bunch of copies of the Scanners movies on tape, and I also have some on DVD, and I also have a couple other Scanners things that I want to show. So one of these days I want to get around to showing you guys my entire Scanners collection. But this is one of the coolest things that I have in my Scanners collection anyways. This is a David Cronenberg film. Not one of my very, very favorite David Cronenberg movies. I would say my favorites are definitely Videodrome and The Fly and The Dead Zone. But this is probably fourth in my David Cronenberg movie list of my favorite movies from him, and just good stuff here. It's such a great looking tape though. Can't stop looking at it now. I just love this tape. Love the way it looks. Alright, next up here, I actually got a couple non-horror tapes here. This one is actually science fiction, maybe sort of horror here, but this is actually called The Arrival. This is from the director of Puppet Master. Whoever that might be, David, whatever his last name is, you guys can figure that one out. But, yeah, this is from the guy who did the first Puppet Master movie. It actually has music by Richard Band, who did music for a lot of the Full Moon movies, and I think all of the Puppet Master movies. So this definitely is something that I think Full Moon collectors would want to see. And actually, I have to admit, I was kind of disappointed in this movie. I actually didn't get through the whole movie. I started to watch it. This has John Saxon in it too, which is the reason I bought it. I was like, no way, John Saxon in a weird, like, early 90s science fiction movie. This came out in 1990. And yeah, I actually got really bored watching this. I would say probably 40 minutes in, I was so bored that I shut it off, and I haven't done that with a movie in a long time. So I will say I'm going to try to give this one another chance, but in my opinion, this was kind of a boring movie. The plot had something to do with this older guy. There's like a meteor that crashes next to his house, and for some reason he's standing really close to the impact zone, and something jumps out of the meteor and goes inside of him. And as the movie goes on, he progressively gets younger, but he also starts to murder people. So, but that's as far as I got, because I stopped watching it. I mean, the plot sounds cool, and it's got John Saxon in it, but I just found this movie really boring, so, I don't know. Maybe if any of you guys have seen this, maybe you thought differently of it, but that's what I thought about it. And then next up here, this is one that I actually didn't get around to watching, and I picked this up randomly. I got this for 50 cents. This is a Praxis. This is like another early 90s science fiction movie. This has Jesse the Body Ventura in it, which you may know him from old WWF wrestling, and he was also in Predator, and he's also done a bunch of other stuff. I think he's in politics too nowadays, which is crazy. But yeah, so this is cool. This also has James Belushi in it, John Belushi's brother. There he is, talking at a table. But I haven't seen this yet. This looks like cheesy fun. Not sure what to expect from this, but you know, one of these days, on a rainy day, I'll probably pop this tape in and check it out, and hopefully it'll be fun. Alright, and last for the tapes here is another non-horror title. And this I picked up at a thrift store too. I got this for $1. Like I said, I got all these tapes at a thrift store. But this was a interesting looking tape. This is the Black Godfather. This is a 70s blaxploitation movie. And I know you can get like budget DVDs of this, so this movie's like not extremely hard to find. But this tape, I looked up on eBay, and I think it was going for like 15 bucks. So, I mean, that's pretty good. I only paid like $1 for it. But basically, I picked it up because it's an older exploitation movie. It's in a big case, and it had some interesting artwork on it. So that's why I picked this one up. Had not checked this one out yet, but one of these days I might get around to it. The artwork is really what I picked this one up for. It just has that classic, like 80s video store look to it, and that's kind of what I thought was the coolest thing about this. There it is, the Black Godfather. Alright, and last for this video is actually a video game, which I rarely buy video games. I'm not too much of a gamer. I'm kind of more into the whole retro gaming thing, but I'm too poor to afford any of the systems right now, and I don't have any of them left from my childhood. So right now I only have the PS2, which is an awesome system, probably my favorite video game system around. But I'm very outdated when it comes to games. So if you're like a modern gamer, like I haven't played a new game in like 3-4 years, and the last new game I played was like Call of Duty Zombies. So it's like I'm just very I just don't really know anything about new gaming. Basically, is what I'm trying to say here. But this game is horror related, and this is a game I've been wanting to buy for a while now. This is Evil Dead: A Fistful of Boomstick. The Evil Dead game on PlayStation 2. I know there's another one you can get for Xbox. I forgot the name of it. And I know there's another one you can get for PlayStation 1, which I think is called like Hail to the King or something. I used to have that one back when I used to have a PlayStation 1. I mean, I could still play that on the PlayStation 2, but I don't have the game anymore. So I'll probably have to try to find that one now too. But this game is pretty cool. I've actually been playing this a little bit with my friend Joel. And it's hard as shit. Like, we've had a lot of trouble just trying to get through every single part of this game. I've been watching a walkthrough on YouTube of how to get through this game, and basically, it's just really hard. But it's that type of challenging where you want to keep playing. But I would say right now I'm still stuck pretty early in the game. If you've ever played this game before, I'm at the part where you're like in the museum or something like that. So that's only about like 30-40 minutes into the game or whatever. But took me a couple of days to get there, just hard stuff. But this is a even though it's hard, this is a fun game. Like, for what it is, I almost thought the gameplay on this was going to be worse than what it is. But, you know, basically just walk around and shoot and chainsaw stuff, and, you know, that's kind of what you want to do in an Evil Dead game, and the controls are pretty good, and the enemies are pretty funny. You know, they're all like deadites that run around and screaming and stuff. So, just your classic, you know, zombie shoot 'em up game, but really cool. Has Bruce Campbell actually doing the voices in this of the character Ash, and he does all the cutscenes and stuff, so just really cool. So if you're an Evil Dead fan, Bruce Campbell fan, definitely a game to pick up. But that was the update this time around, and like I said, I should have another update towards the end of this month that I might put up, because I'm getting a couple more Scream Factory Blu-rays, which I'll leave those a mystery until that video. But I might do an unboxing with those too when I get them in the mail. I'll have to wait, see how I'm feeling, I guess, when I get those. But, you know, again, guys, thanks for watching, and if you liked the video, definitely give it a thumbs up or leave a comment, and see you guys around.
You're doomed. You're all doomed.